Hello, and welcome back to our YouTube channel IntraSpot. Do you know what the top 10 worst brand apologies are? Yeah, you've heard it right. Even brands do apologize. So without waiting anymore, let's get into it to know these brands. Number 10. Volkswagen. Volkswagen is a German car manufacturer headquartered in Wolfsburg, Lower Saxony. It is the flagship of the Volkswagen Group, the largest manufacturer with international revenue in 2016 and 2017. It was founded in 1937 by the German Labor Front and is well known for its distinctive beetle. China is the institution's main market, accounting for 40% of its revenue and earnings. People are seen as people in German history, so Volkswagen refers to them as people's cars. As some of you may know, Volkswagen had a rather warm October in 2015. The EPA determined that the German group had intentionally broken the Clean Air Act by lying about their emissions attempts. Up until the specially programmed diesel, the engines could fulfill the criteria during the test phase. Still, the engines had produced 40 times more pollutants throughout the journey, an amount that might easily have stopped the cars from passing. Martin Winterkorn, the Prime Minister, justified himself, stating that he was unaware of the organization's wickedness. It's not perfect, but the group made a terrible mistake by offering clients a $500 discount on a later Volkswagen. Number 9. Dove. Dove released a contentious commercial on Facebook in October 2017, depicting a black woman removing her shirt and transforming into a white woman. The commercial soon went viral, and it was universally panned as racist. Dove apologized and took down the Facebook ad. We recently shared a photo on Facebook that completely disrespected the brand that so carefully portrayed ladies of shadow. We are extremely saddened by the crime that was committed. The apology's phrasing was also heavily criticized, particularly the organization's use of the phrase, "ignore the brand." For some, this has evolved to the point that Dove no longer assumes or confesses his error, but it does recognize the notification. Number 8. Equifax. Together with Experian and TransUnion, Equifax Inc. is an American worldwide credit counseling firm that is one of the 3 biggest customer credit reporting agencies, collectively known as the Big Three. Equifax gathers and combines data from over 800 million buyers and 88 million companies throughout the world. Equifax sells credit monitoring and fraud prevention services to buyers in addition to creditworthiness, demographics, and business products. During the 2017 summer season, hackers gained access to the creditworthiness information of over 140 million customers, causing the Equifax financial institution to suffer a catastrophic data breach. Equifax waited 6 weeks to notify customers, and the business was fined $575 million as a result. In a long address to USA Today, Equifax CEOs Richard F. Smith apologized for the situation and irritation caused by the opportunity while encouraging consumers to engage in the fight against identity theft. Customers were unconcerned with the advice or apology, even when it came from the CEO. Smith, along with the archive and security officials, resigned a few weeks after eventually admitting the error. Number 7. Wayfair. Wayfair Inc. is an e-commerce company based in the United States that offers home furnishings and other household products. In 2002, the company, which was formerly known as CSN Stores, became a seed. It has 14 million gadgets from over 11,000 foreign providers on its virtual marketplace. Wayfair is based in Boston, Massachusetts, and has headquarters and warehouses around the United States and Germany, Ireland, Canada, and the United Kingdom. Wayfair has 5 distinct retail websites: All Modern, Birch Lane, Wayfair.com, Joss & Main, and Perigold. Employees of the e-commerce company Wayfair left the activity in June 2019 after finding that they had pushed the building of dorms and immigration detention facilities. As a retailer, order fulfillment from all customers is widespread, and we are confident that our company will comply with the law with every customer that complies with the guidelines. From the international locations where we operate, Wayfair Control wrote in a response letter, refusing to apologize for the controversy. Instead, I think Wayfair co-founder Steve Canine spoke with his employees and told them that the company would contribute an unknown sum to charity. Number 6. Brewdog. Brewdog, a renowned Scottish brewery, has sparked numerous scandals in its short history, and concise and disingenuous apologies haven't always helped. Ingestion is the responsibility of the proponents. In response, Brewdog claimed, and in June 2021, numerous former employees accused the brewery of maintaining a hostile atmosphere that even contributed to mental illness. Participants wrote, We must make it plain to you that we are completely opposing everything that is advised in this note and referred to grotesque remarks after an apology and insider tip. Number 5. BP. Due to the previous oil leak and the enormous public relations disaster, the beginning of the 2010s was not a favorable moment for BP. Deepwater Horizon exploded on April 20, 2010, killing 11 workers, injuring 17 others, and spilling more than 200 million gallons of oil into the Gulf of Mexico. Tony Hayward, the CEO of BP, exacerbated the situation by apologizing and declaring, "Nobody wants this factor more than me. I must reclaim my existence." Given that 11 individuals had perished in the accident, the remark became incredibly callous and muted. Then he had to apologize for apologizing, which does not look good. Hayward stepped down as CEO 6 months after the disaster. Number 4. United Airlines. United Airlines Inc., often referred to as United, is a major American airline headquartered in Chicago, Illinois Willys Tower. United has a massive local and worldwide course community across the United States and all 6 continents, and it is by far the world's 3rd largest airline in terms of fleet size and the number of routes. The year 2017 proved to be a disaster for public relations. David Dowdian, a pulmonologist, was pulled off a United Airlines flight on April 9 when the company requested his seat for a dead employee. It's known as a coup, and it's a polite way of saying the airline could throw you off the plane without warning. Dow refused and retaliated forcefully against the security man. Oscar Munoz, the company's chief executive, justified the decision, calling Dow's removal relocation and belligerent, a plan that sparked outrage among other passengers. After more reaction, Munoz apologized, but he was beaten at a distance and was constantly deceptive here for many. Number 3. Budweiser. This brewing company came up with a lot of reasons. The logo for their Hash the Up for Whatever campaign was challenged in 2015 because the label read, "The greatest beer to get the word no out of your vocabulary at night." When the obnoxious phrase went viral, Budweiser owner Alexander Lambrecht defended the promotion, saying it motivated hundreds of millions of customers to connect efficiently and seamlessly with our symbol. It was no longer developing into the type of openness that many had hoped for. Budweiser made a creative apology for the sexist advertisements of the 1950s and 1960s in 2019, recreating posters in the same old style but adding current sensibilities. Number 2. Peloton. The Peloton, from French, train, is the most significant institution or proportion of riders in an avenue bicycle race. The conductors, in a phrase, keep their force by operating nearby, draft, or wake. 2 particularly behind one another. Air resistance costs have dropped dramatically. When utilized in the heart of a smart institution, resistance may be lowered by up to 5%, 10%. In racing tactics, using this energy-saving capacity leads to extremely complex cooperative and hostile exchanges between drivers and groups. In addition, as in the expert panel, the time is utilized to consult a network of experienced cyclists in general. Peloton established a firm where one person offers their spouse a bicycle attached to their workplace for the 2019 hiking season. The business changed, implying that he was dissatisfied with her wife's physical appearance and hers altered to urge her to lose weight. As a result, he has been roundly chastised and labeled sexist by many. Peloton, for his part, made no apologies, stating only that we are disappointed by how some have misunderstood our arrangement. It's a common justification for distraction that blames a bad advertisement on the client, rather than on the advertiser. Number 1. Pepsi. Pepsi is a carbonated drink produced by PepsiCo using synthetic ingredients. Caleb Bradham invented and marketed Brad's drink in 1893. In 1898, it was called Pepsi Cola, and in 1961, it was abbreviated to Pepsi. Caleb Bradham originally supplied Pepsi as Brad's drink in New Bern, North Carolina, USA, in 1893. Bradham manufactured the drink at his drugstore, where it was marketed. In 1898, it was renamed Pepsi Cola, with Pepsi for the dyspepsia, today commonly known as indigestion or upset stomach, treatment, and Coca-Cola for the Coca-Cola flavor. In widespread criticism, Pepsi switched to short to delete the commercial, stating, "We have ignored the sign and are sorry. We didn't have to worry about crucial concerns anymore. Perhaps Pepsi won't be able to cure society's ailments after all." So that's the end of today's video. Are you as surprised as I am after hearing about these businesses? Please let us know what you think in the comments section below. Click the subscribe button to keep up to date.